Nobody hates on somebody doing less than them. Nobody hates on somebody who's doing less than them, who's at the bottom. Why would you hate on somebody who's at the bottom? Darling, they only hate you because they want to be you. They only hate you because they wish they were you. You can never steal my power because my power is innate. My power is in my DNA. My power is in my brain. And I know you wish you had my brain. I know you wish you had my things. I know you wish you had my face, my body, my everything. But honey, you don't. Hi, my name is Daniela, and today I'm going to be talking about how to love your enemies. Let me remind you of loving the people who don't like you. So I wanted to remind you of 10 points about why you should love your enemy. And the first thing I want to say to you is that if you don't have any enemies, that you're not doing enough. Because the people truly hate on you when you're doing good. People don't want you to succeed because they don't want you to be better than they are. And this is just human nature, and all we can do is be compassionate for these people, because it must be so sad and depressing for them to go through their whole life observing others and wanting what's not theirs, and to try and take it, steal it from you. And there has to be some sort of power in a person where they receive bad and they turn it into good. This ability to alchemize the pain and the hurt and turn it into power, into love, into passion. These are the true healers and the true powerful people in this world, because if you can take a bad experience and a negative situation and turn it into light and turn it into goodness and to turn it into a good experience or to turn it into a lesson, this is when you've truly reached a high level of love, of showing love and being their fathers. Because I want you to remember that if you cannot love your enemy, you become just like them in some sort of universe. So there has to be an ability for you to find compassion and empathy and understanding to why they may be doing these things. So I wanted to talk about having self-awareness, which I think is so important, and to understand what is subjective and what is objective. You know, subjective has to do with more wishy-washy feelings and emotions and what you perceive things to be, you know, because this whole thing can be a perception. You could think of this whole, I could be one way or another, or I could tell you something and it could be a totally different thing. So your discernment and your ability to know intuitively the truth will guide you. And I think it's so important to be connected through your truth and to see it with your other eye, to know what do they want most, where are their weaknesses, and what makes them happy, why do they think this way, what do they lack. Awareness is the first step in breaking the cycle, because there comes a point where bad things can happen to you and you feel this urge to seek revenge or to do something bad to them, but this only turns you exactly into your enemy and turns you into that bad person that you were never in the first place, and this is how the cycle continues. So it's so powerful for you to be able to stop, to recognize the hurts, to process it, to feel it, to accept it as it is, and to go through the darkness and find the light, and to almost heal the darkness and accept that it was there and have compassionate to those moments and the awareness to know that you needed the lessons, and the lessons were so important. It's so important to seek therapy and to seek self-improvement, because I know half of you, not even a majority of you, do not go to somebody and say like, how can I get better? Tell me where I'm doing wrong. Tell me where I can improve. Like, tell me, you know, how can I be a better person to you? How can I help you more? What are you struggling with? You know, they are the rare few individuals that will genuinely come with their authenticity and say, how can I help you? Where are you struggling? How can I make your day a little brighter? You know, how can I be more accountable in the things that I've done? How can I be a better person to you? How can I be a better person to myself? And you seeking that help, you know, because I think there's a lot of falseness going around about people wanting to be perceived as good when half the people are not ready to take accountability for even the little mistakes that they do. So it's like, how are you going to take accountability and have compassion for somebody in the little mistake, in the big mistakes, when you can't even do that with yourself or with anybody in the little mistakes? The most important thing is to know yourself and to know your authenticity, to know your core and your soul. Use effective communication with these types of people and set boundaries and understand where they're coming at, and to know that people make mistakes too, and I do have a real understanding about second chances, because it happens in my own life. You know, I make a mistake, I do something as dumb, like if I can get a tattoo and now I regret it, and now I want to be a different person and be who I truly am, and that's like natural and like in my authenticity. I never needed to change anything to be loved or to be worthy, and that's my power, to know that I am worthy just the way I am, with no money, with no home, with no family. Natural, like I will still be worthy. I can still give love, I can still give kindness and compassion to others, and not focus on the things that don't matter and get like swayed away, you know, because it's very easy for me to get influenced, and because I get so sucked into other people's world, and I'm just like, oh, tell me everything, I want to know you, I want to live in your experience, I want to like smell you, like be with you, almost like let's look at these things together and just go through, like these are the things that excite me. So on about like loving your enemy, you have to understand why your enemy might feel the need to even do these things to you, and almost have another perspective to know that this person may be hurting, this person may be really sad, and just give compassion to them. Have mindful relationships with yourself and with others. And I say it mostly with yourself, because there was a period in my life where I just was like to myself and really trying to cultivate more of a relationship with myself. And I'm so proud of myself to like even cut the good people away, because I needed to be with myself for a minute, not, you know, not focus on other people. I needed to connect with myself, and I think it's so important for others to connect with themselves and to be accountable, to say, I want to do the inner work, I want to heal and even get even better, right? I want to do so much. I want to clean up all my mistakes. I want to get rid of the person that I used to be, and I want to be a new person. I want to try new colors, and I want to wear new colors, and I want to approach people differently, and I want to be kinder, and I want to give out more good, and I want to put out the good karma in the world, and still be the light that they try and steal away from you. And there's so much power in that. There's so much power in seeing a negative situation and alchemizing it and transforming it into goodness and into understanding and consciousness, and the ability to even be aware of these things happening is so powerful, because most of us are walking around like zombies, unconscious, don't even know what the fuck's happening. And there's so much power in a person that can just stop and be like, you know what was that? Let's talk about it. Let's process it together. Let's try and be compassionate. Where can we do better? How can we give more to other people, more love, more to the people who perceive that they lack? You know, because like I said, it's a perception. It's subjective. You may think, oh, it's like the people who have everything in the world. They have the most. They have houses. They have homes. They have children. They have money. They have everything in the world, but there can still be moments in time where they feel or perceive unhappiness. And that's why I want to make you understand that it's all a perception. It's a big game of Maya. It's an illusion. It's a projection. It may not be real. You may see this how it is, but you don't know the story behind anything. And it's so easy to even just say, oh, but I saw that. Oh, but this person said this to me, so I see it in this way. But no, everything is an illusion, and it's so easy to get caught up in that illusion and to see it as real or define it as real or say it's good or bad. But you have no ability to dictate whether it's good or bad, because even if it is a bad experience, it's important because you may learn something in it, so you can make it good. And there is a lesson to be learned, and there is a certain power with a person that knows herself and that's not swayed by others' perceptions, and that's not sweating the haters, and who's not worried about what other people think, and all the trolls online and all the stalkers and all the people that want to be you. There's a certain power to a person who's still so confident in herself that she knows that she's not going to let those negative people turn her into exactly that, a negative person. Because if something bad can happen to you, you have the power to change the story and to say, you know what, how can I find the compassion and the empathy for that person to know that they were going through something and they were hurting, and this may be the reason that they were doing something, and to not turn it into a negative thing and say, you know, they did this because they're a bad person or whatever. And to almost see it and say, you know, maybe this person didn't have the consciousness to understand that this is not correct and that there's a better way of doing things. Maybe the person didn't realize that there's abundance, and it's really powerful for you to you know, call out these people and to stop associating yourself with negative people or people who are jealous of you, people who are trying to steal your shit and steal your light and use you for your prettiness and do all of this type of fucked up shit in today's world. And these things are happening, and even on a bigger scale, and that's what's scary, you know, that some people don't even recognize or are still so unconscious to just the enemies and the negative people who are so hurt in themselves and with themselves that they still can't even find the light or be happy. And it's so sad because you can literally see like people running in Africa with no shoes, with nothing, and they're so happy and joyful in life. And you see other families who have everything, right, but they don't have richness, they don't have love, they don't have kindness and respect for each other. So it's nothingness. And it's all a mindset thing, and it's your ability to see that, you know, people deserve empathy and second chances. And I fully believe in a person has the ability to make a mistake and recover from it and be a better person. And it's all about compassion and that person wanting to do better, and that person wanting to be self-aware and do the inner work and get excited about that, because I'm so excited about that. I'm so interested in psychology and going to therapists and getting another perspective and trying to do things better and be nicer to people. And 99% of people don't even care to do that. They don't even think to do that, right? They don't even have awareness or consciousness to try and be better, right? They want to continue to be bad in the world, and they're on their journey, and you have to realize that everybody is on their journey. And it's about recognizing where people are at and trying to meet them where they are at, to break a toxic pattern and to enforce a good pattern, to enforce a pattern of love, of compassion, of still wanting to love your enemy even when they do you wrong, even when they hurt you, because you cannot clean dirt with dirt. You're gonna have to clean it with soap and water and scrub and mop the floors. And you know, you can eat a good meal today, but you're gonna have to keep eating a good meal every single day. You know, the floors will continuously be dirty, and every day you're gonna have to come and scrub the floors every single day. You know, you can mop the floor as hard as you like today, but tomorrow you're gonna have to mop it again. You're gonna have to constantly be resharpening your pencil, constantly be realigning yourself to what truly matters, to the person that you truly are. Ew, was this in the camera the whole time? No. Okay, so damn it. Okay, so anyway, fuck. And it's about forgiving these people and to have a different perspective, have a different lens of why people may be doing the things that they do. Identify toxic behaviors and dynamics, and to understand that that is not you, that has never been you, and to almost want to heal and help these people, but not associate yourself with them and not be constantly stuck in their environment, because your environment matters so much, because that person was a good, kind-hearted person before, and their environment and their influence and the bad things and their experiences have shaped them to be that person. So you have to come with your light and your good energy, and you have to almost try and heal them, and if they want to be healed, and if they want to hear a new perspective, and if they want to be better. But some people don't even want to do that. So if they don't, you realize that you can't be associated with these people, and it's important for you to set boundaries, to know who are the good people truly in your life and who are the people who are making mistakes, but learning from them and actually correcting the mistakes, you know, because people are making thousands and thousands of mistakes over and over and not learning from them. But it's so powerful for you to make a mistake, learn from it, have compassion for it, understand that this is all a learning experience, and that most things are perception or illusion, and don't believe in the illusion, don't believe in what other people are trying to tell you, or this facade or lies, or don't believe the mask. Like, really just drop the mask and see a person for who they truly are, and love people. It's like the biggest message I will give you, because you realize that money and all of this stuff means so little, but what really matters the most is the love for other people, because it simply wouldn't, it doesn't matter when you have all the money in the world if then you're unhappy, if you know. So it's like that, then you realize all that does matter is your health, is your ability to be with other people, is your ability to connect with other people, is your ability to love other people, and to love them for their flaws, to love yourself for your flaws, to understand how strong your mind is, understand how strong your body is, and how far it will take you, and how all you ever need was your health, right? All you ever needed was your health and your mindset and your brain. And I want to remind you of your power, and your power to alchemize the bad and to turn bad experiences into good, to turn it into a little piece of you. If you wanted a piece of me, then come get it, you know. Because people will try and do the most to you, to try and break you down, to try and put you below them somehow. But you know that we are all the same. We are all beings of light, and all of the games that other people try and play is all just a game. It's a projection. It's a big game of Maya. It's a big illusion. But we are all the same, and we are all connected. And if you hurt somebody else, you are hurting yourself, So don't hurt others and don't hurt yourself. And take accountability, hold yourself to a higher standard, and have people around you who hold you to a higher standard and who call you out and say, you know what, this is not you. I want to see you doing something better. I just love those types of people who are truly trying to make you better and not trying to love when you make a mistake. Because there are some people who are so just so in their chaos and so in that negative state that they want to see you do bad. And there's so much love when a person can come at you and say, hey, I know you can do better, please, like, let's get on a new path, or let's do something good together. And like, I just love when those types of people are connected to me, striving to grow as an individual and still seeing the light and knowing that the light wouldn't exist without the darkness. So the darkness and the light must be important. Everything must be important because it all is one, you know. And nobody has the upper hand or the higher moral ground to say this is good or bad. You perceive it as good or bad, but nothing is good or bad. It just is a yin and a yang. It is oneness. It is a circle. It is a completion. It can't exist without the other. That's how we can learn to love both sides and to learn from both sides. Cultivate a good and supportive environment, because your environment shapes the person that you are. I wouldn't have been the person that I am if I hadn't gone through all of these experiences, from having no home and jumping from home to home and finding goodness in people and fully be able to trust people with everything that I have, and me, and you know, wanting to still talk to even strangers and still love them and still like want to know their experiences, want to help them, and turn pain into power. Because either way you look at the situation, I want to remind you that you are constantly telling yourself the story. So what story are you telling? Are you constantly defaulting to a negative story or a negative situation or outlook and saying, no, this person is awful because this, that, and that? Or are you saying, oh, this happened, I didn't like this situation, but maybe this happened because of this, and try and turn it into a good situation and see, oh, maybe this is what actually happened, and not constantly default to the negative and be like, oh, this person is terrible, or that happened because of that. And to trust in yourself fully and to trust in the goodness of people, because everybody is just out here searching for security and love and light. And if you understand that truly, if you understand that every single person right now is looking for exactly that, for love, for acceptance, for security, for a home, for the ability to be there for somebody, and for somebody to hear them or see them and meet them and like look at them and say, like, I'm here, like, talk to me, what are you struggling with, what do you need, like, how can I make your day better? Like, these are the only things that people need. And I haven't even met most of the people that I'll meet in my lifetime, but I already know that this is what everybody needs. Everybody just needs love. Everybody just needs to be seen, and to know that they are seen, and to know that they are loved, and to know that they are appreciated and noticed. It's the ability to know that when you are falling, who is going to catch you? And if you feel safe enough to even fall, to drop and to let it all down, to let it all go, drop the mask, drop the facade, drop this big illusion, and be able to trust in other people and be able to trust in yourself as well, to catch yourself when you need to be saved, and to be there for yourself is such a beautiful thing. To be there for others and to constantly be putting out the good, even though you can be influenced by a negative environment, to say, no, I'm not going to be that way. No, I'm going to be better. I'm going to clean up my act. I'm going to remove the stupid tattoos that I got because I was acting brainless, to learn from it, to laugh from the mistakes, and to then turn it into goodness, and go back to the person that you truly are in your authenticity. And I remind you to go back to who you are as a natural individual, to go back to the person you were when you were born. Do not be the person that hurt you. Simply be you and be better. I'll still love you even when you do me wrong, even when you do me dirty. Sure, I'll keep my distance, I'll set boundaries. But now I know who you are. And I'll come at you with compassion and empathy. And turn all the hate and the nastiness you put out, and I'll turn it into good. You know? Because you can't steal what's in my brain. Right? You can't steal my power innately.